Welcome, one and all, to FAQ 2021. It's hard to believe it's been almost a year since we've done one of these. I mean, people like them, but I got distracted by, what was last year again, Matt?
2020.
Right, 2020. That explains a lot. So without further ado, let's get into the first wave of questions. As always, we start with questions I've seen a lot of YouTubers get asked, but no one ever asked me because they don't know this channel exists. Joining me are our longtime musical mutant, Matthew Ship.
Hey.
And some guy named Nick Robeson.
Right here.
And since Nick's the newest member of the team, we decided he would be designated question guy.
So where do we start?
What is the first question?
Well, the first question is one that I think is going to have a lot of controversy surrounding it. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
You know, I've heard the argument that because the bread goes the wrong way, it is not a sandwich. Top to bottom, that's a sandwich. Left to right, not a sandwich. But then a lot of subs are that way. And no one ever says a sub isn't a sandwich. And you can't say it's because they don't cut the bread all the way down the middle, because a lot of subs don't do that either. So, yeah, I'm saying a hot dog is a sandwich. And if a sub is a sandwich, why isn't a taco a sandwich made of hard cornmeal? And what about shawarma? Is that a sandwich? In the words of Batman, it just raises too many questions. What about you guys? What do you think?
I think you're going to have some pretty strong opinions from us.
Okay, then go ahead. Go ahead. What's this?
You want to go first, Matt, or you want me to go?
I'll go first. I researched this a little bit myself. There are varying degrees of answers on this. Merriam-Webster actually argued it is a sandwich somehow, but
yeah, same way as I did. It's bread, it's meat, it's a sandwich.
I also saw though that some people are arguing hot dog just refers to the sausage part itself, so it's not really technically a sandwich. If you call it a hot dog anyway.
I guess, because, you know, there's corn dogs, and corn dogs are just even a corn dog should be a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's got cornbread.
A corn dog might actually be a type of chimichanga.
Oh boy.
Chimichanga.
Yeah. So my thought on the whole thing is I'm with Matt with the whole it's on the wrong kind of bread. A sandwich is two pieces of bread. A sub is a subclass of sandwich, hence the word sub.
Mm-hmm.
And a hot dog you might be able to classify as a taco.
And what about shawarma?
It might fall in that, but I feel tacos.
It comes very close.
And if a sub is a subclass of sandwich, is that like is that like how stand-up comic is a subclass of bard?
Yes.
Yeah, there are varying degrees of answers on that, but take from it what you will.
All right, should I go to the next question?
Yeah.
All right. What type of video content do you love to watch, but you don't think you would ever be able to produce?
Well, there's really two answers to that. I've made references to my love of true crime a couple of times, most notably in the second episode of Jokes with Jess with the second pig. He made references to H.H. Holmes and Jack the Ripper and the insane but not entirely implausible conspiracy theory that Holmes was in fact Jack the Ripper. But, you know, those are much too dark for the type of videos I like to do. I don't think I could pull it off doing it myself. The other is like a alternate reality game. Those take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and money. Plus, they tend to be a lot more horror driven, and I'm, again, much more of a comedian at heart. What about you guys? What kinds of videos would you guys be making if you weren't doing ish with me?
So when it comes to videos, I will do the occasional instructional video for my martial arts school. But what I would like to do more of that I don't feel I'd be able to produce because it requires money, talent, and a large corporation like Disney is large budget action movies.
Well, wouldn't we all want to do that?
Yeah.
Matt and I have attempted some action sequences in videos before.
Yeah.
We didn't actually, he talked me out of doing a fight scene with Torgo in one video because it would just be too difficult.
Well, that and it'd be incredibly slow and awkward.
I will punch you.
I don't know. In some ways, maybe we should have done it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it would have been like Torgo before he could even throw a punch. I would punch him in the jaw and kick him in the nuts.
Oh, I like it like the Gorn fight.
Yeah.
As far as content that I love to watch, that I don't think I'd be able to produce is like lately I've gotten into some of those dash cam videos online a little bit.
Oh, you could easily do that.
I could easily do that, but I don't have a dash cam.
And
Also,
But that's about the only thing I could think of at the moment. But yeah, wouldn't be that tough to produce if I actually had the camera. But especially around here with some of the driving I see. But I don't know. Other than that, maybe something more special effects laden or like the actual
oh my gosh,
professional
hold on.
music video, maybe. I couldn't really see doing that right now.
well, I could easily see you getting a dash cam or even taking like a cheap webcam and duct taping it to the front of your car.
Well, yeah, that would be the like do it yourself way of doing it, I guess.
It's what Red Green would do. If women can't find you handsome, they can at least find you handy.
Good show. Ready for question number, what is this, 3, 4? I haven't been counting.
Yeah.
What's the best movie you saw for the first time in 2020?
Again, I have two answers here. One is serious and the other is life-changing, but more in that, what the fuck way? The serious answer is that after much cajoling and poking and prodding from some of my friends, I finally sat down and put myself in that endless void of despair and understanding of the human condition and watched a film by Werner Herzog. Grizzly Man is not exactly a pleasant movie to watch, but I found it oddly captivating. The other movie I watched for the first time that just completely blew my mind was Tammy and the T-Rex. That movie is, well, is it a horror movie? Matt, what did you say it was?
It's a whole bunch of weird things.
If it was a horror movie, it wasn't.
Part horror movie, part teen comedy drama, maybe.
But if so, they forgot to make it. They forgot to make it frightening, and they forgot to make it funny, and they forgot to make it dramatic. And if it was an action movie, they forgot to make it exciting. It's just sort of a mess.
It is a mess, and it's the first time.
Before you ask, Nick, would I recommend that you watch it? No.
I think that
the average human mind cannot tolerate Tammy the T-Rex. Did I enjoy myself? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a movie I'd never seen before that I saw last year, and it is a hot mess.
I only heard about it from a couple of other internet reviewers, and that's the reason why I wouldn't turn it into an episode of Did I Get What I Paid For? every joke about Tammy and the T-Rex that could possibly be made has been made. Hell, the box art alone makes every joke that needs to be made about that movie.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, I was trying to think about movies I actually watched in 2020. It was mostly TV. I think I only watched one movie that I hadn't seen before in 2020.
And what was
In addition
that?
to the Jumanji movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan. The first one.
Or the first one?
Haven't seen the second one yet, but I should.
Yeah.
But that would also qualify it as the worst movie I saw for the first time in 2020 as well. So, yeah.
Which if I'm not mistaken, is the next question, isn't it?
It is the next question.
Well, I didn't see this one in 2020, but I did see it between the 2020 FAQ video and this one. Matt got me this big old box of public domain and low royalty science fiction movies for Christmas, and I found this thing that's an absolute stinker, god awful, maybe the absolute worst movie I have ever seen. It's called Kong Island. In some countries, it's also called Ava the Venus or something. Ava the Savage Venus.
Yes.
It is undescribably awful. I'm not going to say much more about it because there's a very slim chance I'll turn it into a did I get what I paid for episode this year or next. What about you, Matt? What's the worst movie you saw? And if you say MVP, most valuable primate, I'm going to go over to your apartment and steal all of your bananas.
No, I don't think most valuable primate was the worst. I definitely saw a lot worse last year with you guys. By you guys, I mean both Jess and Danny. We do.
Some of you will remember from a couple of the other videos we did. He's also the second narrator on the Fill in the Blank with Jess episodes.
Yes. But the worst, oh man, there's just so many bad
Rocky
things to
3?
watch. Rocky 3 was
Okay,
this year, so I don't know if I count that one, but
We
I was
almost
try-
didn't
I was
survive
trying to
that
think
one.
particularly of like 2020, like what I watched.
It was such, we watched that one last week, so it was 2020. But then again, I'm counting Ava the Savage Venus, so.
Angry Red Planet was kind of awesome, but
No,
I
we
was
didn't get
trying
to Angry Red Planet. We watched the
we
other
didn't get to that one yet?
Robot Monster.
Robot
You're thinking Robot Monster, which is
That's
also
right,
bad.
That
The
was
one with the gorilla and the space helmet.
that was pretty bad. It's like very little effort went into that, I feel like, but it was still kind of entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah.
The only other thing, did we watch? I feel like we watched Star Trek: The Motionless Picture, or as you call it.
I did. You didn't.
I didn't watch it last year. I thought
No, you watched that 2 years ago. I watched that movie so many times. It's,
so that doesn't count.
yeah. Star Trek Nemesis would count.
Yeah,
That was bad.
that was pretty bad too, though. It gave me a lot of.
We have a
vibes
whole
of,
club that Matt and I are in this part of this whole club where we actually watch horrible, horrible movies and make fun of them.
Now, would this question, though, be connected to the first one where it's a horrible movie, but the first time you saw it was last year? Because there's no way.
Or basically, well, I'm basically stretching the definition by saying everything we saw between the last FAQ video.
Okay.
So
But I mean,
that's how I'm getting away with Ava the Savage Venus instead of Carnival Magic.
Well, if you're gonna stretch it into 2021 territory,
Anything we saw between the last FAQ video,
that's
which
sort of
was
changes
March
it.
of last year.
March of last year was stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But because I would recommend someone actually sit down and watch the other movie I mentioned. Not Tammy the T-Rex and not Ava the Savage Venus, but
There's just so
I
many.
watched Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Oh, I liked reviewing that movie. I didn't actually like watching it. Okay, next question.
All right. On to the year in review questions. What was your favorite video you made in 2020?
I'd have to say that's a very tough call. I thought the Priceline sketch we did was great.
I agree with that.
I think
It was fun.
once we fixed the timing glitch in the Muppet movie, that one was pretty strong. But I think the best was Why Does Star Trek Endure? That had a lot of neat visual effects that we did using Matt's green screen. I actually had something important to say, but I managed to find a way to make it funny. So it's all three elements that I really like to do in a video.
Important or important?
Well, I made the last third of the video an assault on sad puppies and rabid puppies. And people who immediately hate Star Trek Discovery because they're racist assholes.
I have not seen that one yet, but that's because I don't have the CBS All Access stuff.
Well, I don't either. What I did, like when the first season was announced coming out on Blu-ray, like the pre-order date for the Blu-ray was August 2nd. My birthday is August 1st, and my mom gave me an Amazon card for my birthday that year. So you know what I did the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I did the same thing with season 2. And I'm really lucky because I think the pre-order date for Lower Decks is going to be probably sometime in June. So I'll probably have it on my birthday.
Yeah.
Once we're both vaccinated, I'm coming over to your house and making you watch the first season of Discovery over the course of like 4 days.
And don't think he won't do it, because he will.
I need to see that. I need to see Picard. I would like to see Lower Decks. That looks like actually.
I have Picard and the Short Trek series.
Yeah. No, I'd like. Yeah, I need to see them all, but I just don't have those streaming services. So.
Yeah, I had CBS All Access for 4 months. I got 1 month free. Then I was about to quit. When my month expired, they said, "Take this survey, you'll get a prize." I didn't win the good prize. They gave me another free month of CBS All Access. Did it the next month, and I won another prize. It was another month of CBS All Access. I did it the third time, and they gave me a stupid third. Like they gave me a CBS All Access free movie.
Oh boy.
They didn't want to give me a whole other month because they knew I was just going to watch Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, they kept giving you the free month. You
Well,
just had it for free.
I actually thanked them for not giving me another 3 months because, like I said, I only used it to watch Star Trek Voyager, and no human should torture themselves like that.
There's some good episodes of Voyager.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
I actually watched Threshold while rewatching Voyager. Threshold!
Oh man. I haven't seen
Which
that
one
one
was
yet,
that?
but
That's the one where Tom Paris turns into a frog.
oh boy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that one.
But what did you guys think was my best video last year?
I kind of agree. Like, I think Priceline was a lot of fun. So was the Star Trek video. We did a lot of other fun vids, though.
I think Nick's favorite was probably the one that we actually haven't gotten to finish editing yet.
I just like doing the voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jack and the Beanstalk was, I think, you're the one who keeps bringing the Megalupa joke back.
No.
The joke that we haven't even gotten the real first episode for that joke hasn't shown up yet.
But it will.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yeah. Ready for the next question?
All right. The worst one for last
What
year.
was your least favorite video?
Hmm.
Yeah. What video did you like the least?
Of the videos I made last year, the worst was probably that Let's Play. I mean, the ear infection part was real, but Yeah, and given the fact that my channel seems to be in this weird, inexplicable orbit with the Flintstones and the Great Kazoo, doing something with Seven Granddad was sort of inevitable, but it just seemed kind of lazy. But I do love parodying other people's YouTube videos, and the more self-indulgent the person I'm parodying is, the more I like it. So even though I think it's a bad video, it's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
What do you think was my worst one last year, Matt?
I don't know. I looked through like the videos from 2020, and generally they were pretty solid. I felt like most of them. Really, the only one that was the hardest, or like the worst, like maybe to work on, like just because of the character, was like Torgo. A lot of them.
I have this sort of love-hate relationship with playing Torgo. On the one hand, I love doing it because it's...
I mean, they're funny.
Yeah, I can do anything in a Torgo voice, and it automatically becomes hilarious. For or and fan, yeah, ears go.
Yeah, but just imagine that and doing like multiple takes.
Yeah. Well, except for the time I did Night Before Christmas, I rarely fucked up as Torgo. And I think that one was because we did it we started recording at 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we started early enough, so it worked out.
No, we started late.
Did we start late?
Yeah, we started recording that at 4 in the afternoon because we were doing 2 other videos that day. Or bits of 2 other videos.
Yeah.
And so when we got the recording Torgo, it was 4 in the afternoon. We didn't finish till dinner time. It took us 2.5 hours to take that.
Oh.
And there was the whole, what's the word again?
I know what you're talking about. The Briast and
No, not the barista. It was the other one. Briaf.
Riaf. That's right.
And that was we put that in the bloopers reel. We had so many mistakes on that. There was enough bloopers reels for the Torgo video that it got its own episode.
Yeah, it made us hard to kind of remain serious after we sort of broke a little on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love doing Torgo, but it's also the occasionally that he's a sleep aid.
My thought on this one is there was the video you had the MS Paint duck in, and I felt that the MS Paint duck took me out of the video. The CGI was too bad. And
the trailer. Yeah.
It kills your suspension of disbelief. You're
well, that's a trailer, and it's supposed to do that.
The duck was just... I didn't believe it was real.
Well, you're not supposed to. That was sort of the point.
Yeah, that was a pretty goofy one, but yeah, that
was just a trailer.
I don't think that was supposed to make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to doing it. I'm gonna get around to doing a new trailer eventually. I do plan on doing a standard opening theme song for Fill in the Blank with Jess. I just have to get Nick and Marche to do some recording on it. It'll have something like, oh, what are you doing today, Jess? I'm making a YouTube video. Well, I know that. What's it about? And then we'll show some random clips like, oh, I think I'm gonna do this today.
All right, ready for question number 3?
Yeah.
Who was the voice of Lashana in Holiday Hell Saga, and how did you get them involved?
Oh, that's my friend Marche. She's done a few other videos for us. She was in the Priceline video as the voice of Uhura, and she was great. I know I harp on how great that video is, but yeah, it's one of my favorites. And she was not the original choice for Uhura. I had another friend in mind, but she had some personal problems pile up, and I still wanted to do that sketch. So I contacted Marche, and she said she'd have to look at the script. And her only complaint was Uhura didn't have anything funny to say, which might have just been me doing a spot-on parody of the original Star Trek, but she was right. I gave her a funny line and got her to record it, and it worked out fantastically. If you and Matt and I are sort of a poor man's Marx Brothers, she's our Margaret Dumont. Her sense of humor is a little understated, and she's the one who's there to either play off our material as if it's completely normal or react the way a normal person would to the way our characters behave. You kind of need that.
Yeah, I think she definitely brings that
I
to the
act
table,
completely
certainly.
normal.
What?
I act completely normal at all times.
Sure you do.
Also, the real complaint anyone voicing Uhura should have had is they don't get to make out with Kirk.
Well, Kirk was a Christmas tree ornament.
Yeah,
Said
we
what
act-
I said.
Marche actually pitched me on a sequel to Priceline. She said, Shatner does other ads. You should do a spoof on one of them. And I said, well, we did that cheap effect where we had Uhura just be off screen every time she was supposed to speak. And if we did a sequel, I would want to get like an Uhura figurine or action figure that looked like the 1966 version of the character. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with the action figure business, but there's something called female character syndrome, where for every Luke Skywalker or Han Solo, you get a toe of a Leia.
All right, ready for question 5?
Yeah.
This question I feel is probably the most important question that we're going to have.
Yeah, what?
Well, it's everyone's obviously everyone's favorite character. What about the character of Computer? How did that happen? Everyone likes that one.
Everyone actually does like Computer. That happened because Matt and I were working on Jack and the Beanstalk, and we needed this sort of Taco Bell announcer guy. And neither of us could really do that hyper masculine voice, but I knew you could do it and you would just nail it. It would be hilarious. And you said, yeah, but you didn't think you were much of an actor. Of course, I'm not exactly Emmy caliber myself. But it was just amazing. And then you said, that was so much fun. If you ever need my help again, just ask. And again, this editing on Jack and the Beanstalk went another week and a half long. I said, well, I gotta get something out. I'll do something in Did I Get What I Paid For with a time jump plot. What movie could I do? Because what I wanted to do for another movie, Garbage Pail Kids, won't work without Matt's help. So I said, fine, I'll do Star Trek the Motion Picture. But then I realized the sketch portions work better if I have a foil. And I thought, okay, I'll use my Google speaker as a foil. And I thought, I can voice Computer myself. The whole joke being that the Jess character is such a narcissist that he would program his computer to be a duplicate of himself. But I thought, no, that's too much work for me. I'll get Nick to do it. He'll be a lot funnier.
Doesn't agree with that.
Ah,
She thinks my jokes are bad.
I don't know. I thought they were hilarious, and I thought they worked within the context of the rest of the episode, personally.
yeah, getting Nick to do it was a perfect choice.
I mean, I think I should have been a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and sometimes that shows in your recordings because you'll do an improv that is just so funny that I'll keep it in. Or sometimes I'll write a joke, take it out because in my head it doesn't work. And you won't even have known that I had the joke in there originally. And when I get the recording back, it'll be there.
Yep.
I think my one weakness really as a director is that I'm not 100% great at trusting my crew to get the job done, or knowing that they've got my back. But I'm getting better at that.
I imagine you must get a lot of love mail and emails for the computer character, right?
Well, I've got like 10 regular viewers, and you've gotten 3 fan letters that weren't from me. So yeah. And none of them were from Gizmo either. Well, actually, you're the second most popular character. The ranking of characters really goes Gizmo,
Yeah.
Computer,
I mean, I
Torgo, Ralph, Senator Eduardo,
Yeah.
me.
I can't compete with the dog.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
That's most of YouTube, I imagine. So yeah, I could see why Gizmo would be very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess here again. It's a few days later, and well, due to the sheer length of this year's FAQ, I decided to break this up into a 2-parter. So we're gonna get our sneak peek questions next time. And who knows? You might have a Gizmo guest appearance. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. And support the channel by visiting patreon.com/ParityErrorFilms.